All right, y'all, your boy's back. Welcome to Correctional Officer Stories with Steve. Thanks for tuning in to another splendid video episode, whatever you want to call it, bringing you some more content. Thank you for continuing to rock with me, all my subscribers. We're almost at 400. We're like 4 or 5 away. That's big for me. I'm super excited about that. Got the old Cardinals hat on. They lost today. They need work. Kyler Murray needs work. He's young. He's a rookie. I think we'll get there. I hope we'll see. The Sun Devils won Friday night. Huge win against Cal. They were number 15. Cal was. Now the Devils are going to move back into the top 25. Let's get into today's video, y'all. Let's talk about being in shape as a correctional officer. Is it a good idea? Probably. So you got two types, right? You got correctional officers that are squared away, and then you have correctional officers that don't give a shit. And you know how you can tell they don't give a shit? Their uniform is a mess, and they're way overweight. Do you think inmates notice stuff like that? Sure they do. They work out all day long. That's the first thing they notice. This dude's yapping at me, and he's 300 pounds, and he's gonna tell me something? Square it away, man. Like, how could you even say something to me? Another thing, we are not guards. There's a lot of guys and gals that are coming straight out of the military right into corrections that have been through all sorts of training. They might have been a military police officer. They might have been through the same similar training that we've been through, that you go through in corrections. And a lot of people refer to us as guards. We're not guards. This isn't the 60s. This isn't the 70s. Maybe back then when there was no formalized training, but nowadays, you go through an academy, you graduate, you get a badge pinned on you, boom, you're now an officer. So anybody that refers to, I hate that word, anybody that you know in corrections, if they have any respect for the job, they hate the word guard. I've hated it for a long time. I will always correct you if you call me a guard. I'm an officer, or I was an officer. So let's get that out of the way, right? Maybe the ones that are out there just smashing McDonald's every day, never thinking about staying in shape, can't run 1.5 miles anymore. Those might be guards. No, I'm just kidding. Those are the ones that just don't give a shit, right? Make sure your uniform is tucked in, always squared away, pressed. Your pants look good, your boots are shined, you have a haircut, and you're clean shaven. Like the department just went back to a policy where you don't have to be clean shaved. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I agree with it. Yeah, I wear a beard now, but when I was in corrections, I had a goatee there for a while. But for a long time, we went back to the no shave policy, and I always shaved. I shaved every day. I made sure my face was shaved. Sorry about the lighting here. The lighting's kind of screwed up, right? I keep seeing it dim in and out. I got this new tripod. It's kind of janky, probably because I got it from the dollar store. But hey, it's working, so we'll see. I'm gonna get some new stuff for the channel. I'm looking into getting a new GoPro, or not GoPro, a Canon camera. I don't know. I don't really like the GoPro. Have one. It's not that great. I don't know. I don't have one anymore. Anyway, who cares? I'm getting off topic. You gotta be in shape. You should be in shape, especially if you're gonna go into the academy, because you're gonna run every day. You're gonna do calisthenics. You're gonna do physical fitness. And when you come out, remain in shape, because you're still a public figure. That's the first thing inmates notice, is when somebody's out of shape, looks disgusting, doesn't have it together. And it happens to all of us. I didn't always go to the gym, but I always tried to maintain a certain weight, a certain look. So I looked pretty squared away. Especially when I went down to be a recruiter, I always had, my shirt was always crisp. It was always extra starched. We wore a class B button down with a Class B pant. We had to have our shoes shined. So that's how it should be. A lot of officers wear the Class C shirt with a Class A pant. Like, also match the uniforms. There's a Class A, B, and C uniform. And if you're in a specialty position, you have a different type of uniform. Square it away. Make sure you look squared away. Like, respect the badge. You know what I'm saying? There's there's 7 points on a badge. One of them means respect. You know what I mean? And know what the points of the badge mean too. Just take pride in your position. Take pride in what you do. If the inmates are out there working out every day, and they are, then you should be working out. Because if a riot pops off or you have to run, I have a buddy. I'll tell you a quick story. I have a buddy. He was a sergeant friend of mine, and he would tell you this story if he saw you. I'm not going to mention his name, but he got to be way overweight, and he said there was something popped off on the yard one day. It was at Lewis Complex, and he had, or no. It was at the female facility, Perryville. He said what made him realize he was overweight is because he had to run all the way down there. We don't want you to run into a situation, but for some reason he had to run down there. And by the time he got there, he said he was so out of breath that he felt like he was going to die. Literally, he thought he was having an asthma attack. It was just a mess. And from that day on, he lost like 90 pounds and totally changed his diet, totally changed his workout routine, changed his whole life for that one instance. Because he couldn't even help them what was going on. He had to remove himself from the situation because he was way out of shape, way overweight. And by the time he got there, he was gassed. So the inmates aren't going to be gassed because that's all they do is work out. Females a little bit different, but most of them, there are some that do work out. They run the track every day. Whatever they have to work out, they utilize. But most of the men work out, especially on a GP. It's required. So they definitely work out. Protective custody yards work out too. They all work out. So maintain a look, maintain a physical being of yourself that you know if you have to respond to something, or you know you get into a fight with an inmate and it's going to last. We do something called Fight for Life in the academy. I think they've now taken that away, but we did that. And it's like, I think it was 2 or 3 minutes or a minute that you fight nonstop. And it sounds like not a long time, but when you're in a fight for that amount of time, if you're totally out of shape, you're gassed right away. Just like that, gassed. Officers or cadets were throwing up. And if you get into a real situation on the yard and you're in a tussle with an inmate, and that inmate's in shape and has been running and has wind, they're going to outwork you every single day. You're going to lose that one, especially if you're waiting on backup and you're gassed and you're on the ground and you can't breathe. It's embarrassing. So make sure you maintain some kind of shape. You know what I mean? If you have to respond, especially if you're working the yard, like if you're an officer working the yard, maintain a physical shape that you can know that if you have to respond to something, you're going to get there. A lot of sergeants and lieutenants just let themselves go because they stay in the yard office and they do a lot of paperwork and they just do admin stuff. Yeah, they work the yard here and there, but it's different. So, and I'm not saying that they get a pass. No, everybody should be in some kind of shape. And I'm not saying that I was perfect by any means, but I tried to maintain something at least. I didn't go to the gym every day, but I knew if I got into a situation, I would probably be all right for a minute. Who knows? But I worked in Max every day too, so I was up and down the steps, up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs. I had a vest on. I was always soaked by the end of the day. So that maintained my wind. But I wanted to address that. You should remain in shape as an officer. And just like I said, for the integrity and pride of yourself, keep your uniform looking good. Don't grow some crazy beard. That you can have a beard now and a goatee if you're going to keep it trimmed, keep it looking squared away. You know what I mean? I think it looks so funky when I see police officers where the certain police department, depending on the city or state, lets their officers grow a goatee or grow a beard. It just doesn't look right to me. It looks completely different, but this day and age, there's all kinds of shit getting by, so it's changed completely. The millennials have changed everything. Some good, some bad, some indifferent. So again, we're guards, or see, we're correctional officers, not guards. Get that name out of your mouth. If you use it, wash your mouth out with soap. That's what I should do after I'm done here. I can't believe I did that. But I'm gonna check out here. Thanks for rocking with me. Make sure you subscribe, share, and like. Throw some of those likes in and message me. Still getting a lot of positive feedback. Let me know what else you want to see. I'm gonna tell it. Probably like my next video. I'm gonna tell another war story. So thanks again. Peace.